Hi, I'm Jane Hogarth from PlaceMate Architects, and today I'm here with Rachel, who is a return client. I think the first time we met, it was about 10 years ago. You were expecting a baby, and now they've just gone off to school. I think someone's in high school now. And we've come back to revisit the house and also to see the pool house, which was an addition from, I think, last year. And I think it's interesting to be talking to you at this point because you've gone through that process of having bought a house, and it was a 1950s house, and we ended up exploring renovation, deciding it was all too expensive, and building a kind of new version of a mid-century house. And I'd like to know, for someone who's at the start of this journey, what sort of advice would you give the younger version of you?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a good point to make that we initially did look at just renovating, and we were quite keen to do a reasonably large scale renovation of the home, 1953 original condition, and then realised after engaging yourself and having discussions about the design aspects of the original house that really, other than a few cornices that were quite lovely, we decided there wasn't a lot that we wanted to keep. And you kindly offered to draw up plans that showed us what a new build would look like in comparison, and we realised from there really that the new build option was the one that we wanted to go with. And of course that gave us a lot more freedom too in terms of the design, the aesthetic, and has of course now led us to the extension that you talked about with the pool house, and has provided us with some longevity with the home, and allowed us, as you said, our son's now in high school, to adapt the home and make it really fit for us now 10 years later.
Yeah, I remember part of the brief was there had to be a continuous footpath around the house so that the boys could ride around on their bikes or just run round and round the house in a continuous
Burn off
line.
the energy.
But I see there's a gate there now, so obviously they're not doing that so much.
Well, we can easily take the gate down. Partly for the dogs.
And you had requirements for sort of small and large spaces within the house, and you've got, so it's really a forever home in the sense that you've got a space for guests to come, because your mother comes, I think, sometimes.
Yes, we have family overseas, so that was an important feature for us, and until quite recently we've been able to house any guests in the home, and we're still able to do that, of course, but this new addition with the pool house has given us that extra flexibility, and obviously now with a bit of work from home, that has also enabled us to have that additional work from home space if we're both working from home on the same day. It adds to that flexibility as well.
The other thing, I guess, with this project was a collaborative project with Rex Manley from Manley Homes, who were the builder. So how did that go for you as well?
Yeah, so we obviously engaged yourself first, and then canvassed options in the market for a builder. We were obviously very new to that concept. We hadn't affiliation with any builder until that point, and so quickly narrowed in on Rex from Manley Homes, and brought him on reasonably early in the journey with yourself. And I think that was an important aspect because it enabled us to have a tripartite sort of arrangement where we were bouncing ideas off each other. You were able to take concepts to him and vice versa, and seek advice. And so that was brilliant. And I think also that concept of mutual respect, you know, both parties, from the builder and the architect, understood quite quickly what we were seeking, and we were able to have that really open conversation right from the get-go. And
I think we bounced off him to save money around the place, or really make sure that where the money was spent we were actually going to see it, so that we have some fancy bits in this house, or you know, they're a bit special, and other bits that are fairly plain, to just take the saving. And so he was able to advise which way to go with all of this. But we didn't administer the contract. You just dealt with Rex during construction, and I kind of swanned in at the end to see how it all turned out. For the party at the end of the project, which, if you're watching this now, if you ever hire an architect, get all the staff back for drinks and the builders. It's really great. So hold that thought. Anyway, so yes, and you've been working on the garden as well.
Yeah,
so over time.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, so the front courtyard garden, we engaged a landscape architect for a little while ago. Really happy with the result. It was about 4 months or so. Pretty hard work from them. Laying some large concrete slabs and some really lovely lighting, strategically placed across the garden. So that's added to the ambience and the welcome as you come into the home.
Now the pool house, it's got a couple of different functions that you were talking about before. It's a teenage retreat, it's a home office, and it's a guest room.
Yes.
And it's not very big. Oh, no. And at the back of it there's a garden shed.
Yes, a large shed for my husband, yes.
Yes, right at the back of the house where no one knows that he's there. Yes.
Yep. Also known as a man cave, I guess. Yeah.
But I guess in summary, it's been lasting value for your family.
It has, yes. Yeah. So in terms of other advice, I would recommend that when you're entering into this kind of project, think about not just the short-term needs of the family, think about, yourselves as a family unit 10, 15 years from now, and that's certainly what we did. We built in a bit of flexibility with the home, knowing that we could, at any point in time, add in something like the pool house in future. And I think having that really easy rapport with the people you're working with, the architect and the builder is key. And just having that trust and faith. There were a few points along the way where yourself or the builder came to us with some recommendations about doing something a bit differently. Sometimes that felt like a bit of a leap of faith, but each time we talked through the options and managed to make some really good decisions. So I think that was a key thing as well, is trust the experts.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Rachel.
Thank you.